Hi friends, as I told you already, this is the most fundamental as well as core concept in programming studies. Not only for C, for every programming language, more or less, it is equally applicable. That's why I am explaining it deeply. It takes time. Obviously, it takes time. Instead of taking one video, two videos, I am taking you. In this context, one thing I have to tell you. Actually, without having patience and perseverance, nobody can evolve as a programmer. That point you have to understand. If you are a lazy person, programming will not do. This is not the right domain. That point you have to understand and then proceed. Listen every bit of thing and own it. Thereafter, you implement that. Okay. Now, as I told you already, our program perform 5 basic activities. What are they? Creating data means creating variable, storing data, retrieving data, manipulating data, and displaying data. 5 operations are there. In this program, 4 operations I am showing. I am demonstrating everything clearly. First one is creating data, means declaring variable, storing data. Already I showed to you. Now I show you 2 more operations: retrieving data and displaying data, and one more also, displaying data with a format. That only I told you in the previous program, that is formatted output. These operations, by watching this video, you can have perfect command over that. After that, one time, just a matter of 15 minutes, you work out this program. And not only this program, another 4 programs, I focus on this concept. By that, you can have perfect command over this. Okay. Now, our variables are ready. So, we have to display them. For displaying purpose, certain things you have to learn. Now, here 3 data types are there. For displaying, retrieving data, what we use, we take this printf function only. Already I told you, printf is very useful function, very frequently used function in our program. In any program or project, 30 to 50% statements are printf statement. That point you have to understand. So, for retrieving data from variables or memory and displaying data and formatting data, we use printf. Okay. Here, one important point what we have to learn is, now 3 types we use. One is int for whole numbers, second one is float for real numbers, third one is char for a single character. For the sake of printf, we have to use, there in printf statement we cannot int, float and char. Where we have to write int, there you have to write percentage %d. This is percentage %f. This is percentage %c. Lowercase letters, you remember, these are called conversion specifiers. Conversion, remember, already I told you, whatever term I introduced, just to make a note of it. And whatever is your understanding, you write. Percentage %d is a conversion specifier for int. Percentage %f is a conversion specifier for float. Percentage %c is a conversion specifier for char. So, when we are writing printf statement, we use them. Now I show you how to retrieve and display. So first one, age, we have to know. You write printf. Printf, first what you have to write, you have to write a string. This is called control string. In control string, which data item you want to retrieve. You want to retrieve integer data item. So, as I told you already, new line sequence, again I am not explaining what for I am writing, that you write. Thereafter, which type of data? Integer type of data you have to retrieve. So, you write. Then, this is the control string. Thereafter, what to do? Which variable, where this integer data is stored? If this integer data is stored in age, you have to write. Here what you have to write? Which type of data you have to retrieve? You have to retrieve integer type of data that is represented by percentage %d, that you have written. Okay, that control string is over. Thereafter, separator, you have to use that comma separator. Where this integer data is stored? The integer data is stored in age variable. That exactly what spelling you have written, that only you have to write. Thereafter, you close it and write this. Okay. Thereafter, in the same manner, I write the rest of things and then I explain how they work. There are second one. What is that? Printf. Which data, which type of data you are supposed to retrieve? Float. How it is represented? What is the conversion specifier for that? Percentage F. Thereafter, where it is stored? In the height variable. Height variable. You write. All the code is available in the program. You clearly see that. Second one. Third one. Printf. Which data you want to retrieve? This is char. Char is represented by %. Now, which data type you want to retrieve? That you have to write %C. Where it is stored? Grade. So, because of this operation, two operations are performed. One is retrieving data. Second one is displaying data. Okay. Now you see here, then whenever it is implemented, now you see that 20 is displayed. Okay, of course, I have given 15 there. Don't worry. So 20 is displayed, 5.1 is displayed, and 5.1 by default. If you write %F 5.1 by default, 6 digits are printed, and means 5 zeros are printed. 50 by default it is printed, but if you don't want that and all that, I in this program only I explain. Okay, now you got the output. One is 15, second one is 5.1, and third one is A are printed. Okay, here one difference. Actually, in my program 15 I have given, here 20 I have given. Don't worry about that. This is a simple thing. Now, this is the way we have to retrieve data and displaying data, but here formation and readability also I will explain. Now I showed you output, how it is printed. 15, 5.1, 5 zeros, totally after decimal point 6 digits are printed, and A. Here one thing already I told you, when we are initializing, delimiters are required, but output is printed, then delimiters are not printed. Already explained to you that point. Always you remember, every element we cannot explain. That's why whatever principle I explained, that keep in mind. Okay, now okay, output is displayed. What operations are performed? 4 operations are performed: storing data, creating data, storing data, retrieving data, and displaying data. Now here one thing is missing. What is that? Readability. Readability means 15. I wrote the correct result only. People get doubt. What is that? What is that? They get a doubt. That's why without any doubt we have to explain that. What is this? This is 15. The age 15 years. Height 5.1. Grade A. Like that, labels you write. Whenever you write labels only, it is a complete formatted and readable output. Now you see, for that what should we do? Now this is there, printf. What I want to display? Age 15 years. Next, height 5.1 feet. Grade A. I want to print like this. So in order to convert this into this, what should we do? I write. Carefully follow that. If you miss anything, don't worry. The next all programs I explain in detail. We have to generate this. Always you keep this in mind. With reference to this only, you have to write. Printf without practicing and all that, just like that you cannot get. Practice it. Every program without copying, you practice, then only you get command. Just 2-3 programs if you write, you will master over printf. Okay, now you see what I am expecting. First age I am expecting. First new line, Already I told you age, how you are writing uppercase, lowercase, or any case you want to write, you write that age. Thereafter, which value you want to print? You want to print integer type value. That's why integer is represented by percentage %d. Then comma, this is control string. Thereafter, what you have to write? You have to write variable where integer value is stored in age, this one. Then age you have to write. Okay. Then here something is missing. What is that missing? Here age 15 only printed. Years are required. Na? So what should you do? Again here what you want to years age. See, this is one label, this is another label, both label, this is a label, this is another label. You have to, this is represents integer value. Okay. Next one. Printf. What is there? New line height. Height. Here percentage F if you write, what is coming? 5.15 zeros are coming. Suppose 5.12 4 zeros will come. However, 6 digits will come. In order to avert that, what to do? You write G. G. Thereafter, one label is there. What is that? Feet. Thereafter, this you don't forget. Otherwise, it leads to error. Okay. Third one, printf. Now, what is required? Here, what you want to write? Grade. What label you want to write? Uppercase or lowercase, as you like, you write it. Thereafter, percentage %c, and for this there is no unit label and all that. That's why this is a control string. What you have to write? Which spelling used? Exactly the same you have to write. As a result of that, this is printed. So here zeros are not printed, extra additional zeros are not printed, labels are printed. In this manner, for every program you have to do that. For this, little practice is required. If you want to write integer data, percentage %d. If you want to write floating point data, percentage %g. Floating point data without zeros, percentage %g you write. With zeros you want to write a percentage %f you write. Here percentage %c you write for character. Then this is the way for all other programs you have to write not only printing data with the corresponding labels. If you write, it is highly readable. That point you remember, and then write this program. You may commit, being a beginner, you may commit some errors. Don't worry about that. Every error is meant for rectification. So once you rectify that, then you never forget. Always remember that if you have integrity in programming, errors are not enemies. Errors are your well-wishers and friends. That point you remember, and write this program. This program acts as a foundation for your all future programs.